Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome everyone to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Teresa Lawrence. I am an author, I am a coach, and I am an international motivational speaker. I love children and I love adults, but my brand is called The Leadership of Play, and children love to play. That's how they learn, that's how they dream. And I am on a mission to help children dream and dream big and hold on to those dreams, because dreamers become true leaders. And I'm also on a mission to remind adults what it's like to dream and to dream like children. In my opinion and my experience, adults have forgotten what it is like to dream like children and go outside their comfort zone. Life begins outside the comfort zone. And through the leadership of play, I invite people not to lean into fear, but to come play with me in the field of possibilities, to face their fears in a joyous way. For one thing, I never thought I would have a radio show. I never thought I would be an international motivational speaker, but I had a vision of helping children throughout the world. That's why I'm here, because I stepped outside of the comfort zone and I trusted that the universe would bring me what I needed to reach my goal. That is what my vision for this program is, for this radio show is. I want to bring in leaders that are teaching others how to go outside of their comfort zone, how to bring true healing and love and creativity into this world, to create really just a better tapestry of humanity where creativity and ideas and self-love rule. Today, I am honored to have as my guest Alexandra Ruiz, who is a women's empowerment mentor. She is a physician, a UCLA-trained physician, and she is an expert on mental health. And I want to share with you that mental health is so important to me because we have mental health in our family, and I've spent a great deal of my life helping people that go through mental crisis. And I am honored today to have Eve here to share her story and her path and her journey into being a healer and what brought her into the mental health field and ultimately to be a women's empowerment mentor. Welcome, Eve.
Thank you so much. It's quite an honor to be here on your show. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you. So tell me your story. How did you end up in medicine?
Okay, we're going to go way back. But I'll be fast.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious.
No, it's an excellent question. So when I was very, very young, the age at which children get vaccinations, apparently the doctor thought that I was older than I was, a year older than I was, and so he gave me a smallpox injection a year early. Now, that aside, what the experience was for me was amazing to watch my two parents, the giants in my world at the age of 1.5 or whatever, stop all they were saying, turn around and stand at attention as soon as the pediatrician entered the room. And there was little me, and I was with my big panda, and the doctor showed me what was going to happen on the panda before he did it to me. And my mom had prefaced his arrival by saying, this is a very special doctor, because what he's going to do is make sure that you don't get sick. And this is an important role that he plays for all of us here. And I loved that idea. Being a child myself, I was thinking, what a marvelous thing to do and to be when I am older. And so really, this was when I first decided that I wanted to become a physician. And when I told my parents that, my dad taught me the word pediatrician. And so I grew up saying that I wanted to be a pediatrician. Now, since then, I have been exposed to different fields of medicine, and I landed on training in both family medicine and then in psychiatry. The reason for the family medicine was because I have so many diverse interests in life, and I love all age categories of people. So I realized that perhaps it was best not to limit myself just to children. And then, once I did family medicine, what I realized was that, at least in my program, there seemed to be a little bit of apprehension dealing with psych issues with the older teenagers / young adults. You know, they're not quite the adult age, or they're just coming of age. So I wanted to be a more well-rounded physician that would be able to take care of psychosocial needs. And even with taking a full residency in psychiatry, I felt something was missing. And for any of you who know what it's like to go through 4 or 5 years of college, because I worked up to 3 jobs to get through school, and then to go through medical school, and then to do one residency, for most people that would be enough. I was a
Yes, it would.
Yes. I decided that I didn't mind going back in the hospital to be on call for another residency. But after those 2 residencies, I still felt the need to go a little deeper into healing people. And that's why I am doing more what I'm doing now. I went rogue from medicine. This is the shorter version of the story. And I decided that I was going to use my heart, my compassion in less standardized ways, meaning that I would include other modalities to be able to help others. And I'm going to use the word heal, but not in the traditional American medical sense. You can heal someone as a physician, of course, you can help heal someone. However, there's another kind of healing, an informal kind of healing that people in general can do. You can have a healing word with someone. You can have a healing touch with someone, and you make someone feel better, and you can alleviate misery in this way. And I wanted to be sure that I took the time to do these other things using whatever other modalities I had available. I have this pattern from childhood of standing up for the underdog in school. So if I saw someone picking on someone else, especially if the victim was an introvert, or maybe a female being teased by a boy, I made sure that I stood up for her, and I wanted to make sure that she would not be bothered again, at least by this person. Okay? So I developed a reputation in elementary school for being a protector of sorts. And this is just something in my heart. There's nothing I can explain about it. It's just who I am.
Well, I have to interrupt you because I've just learned so much from your story up to this point. I love the fact that as a child, you saw the physician as the authority figure, and you knew that becoming that would help you to help others. Mm-hmm. And then your journey through medicine, and then expanding outwards, saying, there's more here that still needs to happen. That is beautiful, and I love the warrior in you.
Thank you.
That's not right. I'm going to fight for you.
That's right.
It's not right. They may not know it's not right, but I know it's not right, and that's not happening here.
Exactly.
So that's beautiful too. Continue on your warrior path. You are now in transition to standing up for the underdog.
Yes, and for any of you out there who have ever made a decision in your life and worried about someone's approval, I was totally in this spot because my parents loved the idea and never let it go that I would become a physician. Yes. So when I had finally decided I was going to actually walk away from it, the scariest thing was not, believe it or not, the scariest thing was not moving away from a prestigious profession, not the concern that I might not earn enough money to pay off my medical school, among other things. My biggest concern was telling my parents. And I know a lot of you have been there. If it wasn't your parents, it may have been a best friend, it may have been an older sibling, it may have been your lover, whoever it is. I've crossed that bridge, and I'm so glad I did, and I encourage any of you to do the same. I have found greater happiness on this side. So I left medicine in terms of being a practicing physician. I found out that the intuitive skills that I've always had growing up, I could harness to help people. And I could help them in terms of helping to uplift their spirit. I could help them, because of my psychiatry background, in terms of coping skills, identifying what really makes them tick so they can bring more of that out from themselves.
Okay, I have to interrupt you because
Please.
I so love exactly what you said, because my whole deal is that you need to live your life. And children are being taught they're not being taught, but something in them says, okay, I need to make my parents happy. And they're not living their lives. They're living a life that that they think, they don't even know what their parents think, but they think they need to do something to honor their parents. And so they stop dreaming. My whole thing is about dreaming and living your own authentic life. So it's so important that you said, well, I've walked through that. Yes, audience, walk through that. Your life is yours. It's not your parents' life. It's your story, because that's my tagline. And so it's time for a commercial break. You are listening to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Teresa Lawrence, and we will be back shortly with our guest, Eve, and we will continue the journey of a true healer.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored